Welcome to another Minute Microscopy. I'm Eric Rosenblatt, and today I'd like to speak in favor of global industry and economy. You know, a lot of people really take issue with the products they buy being built abroad. Certainly, from an environmental standpoint, I guess a reasonable case can be made that buying local is a good thing. But that's only possible if there are local factories that manufacture what you buy and have local resources to make them. The, the thing is, almost every product we buy is not manufactured in just one place. Perhaps, as for a good example, a microwave oven. Maybe the steel comes from a refinery in China. The circuit board comes from a factory in Singapore, whose components came from all kinds of places across the world. Uh, the plastic could be produced in Germany. The glass comes from the US, you know, stuff like that, all to be shipped to a company in South Korea that builds them and exports them around the world. And even the raw materials aren't extracted in the same place as the companies who refine them. It actually amazes me how well this system works. Groups of people all around the world are collecting materials, refining them, and trading them to people across the globe who make things out of them, which then in turn gets traded to yet more people who install them in products that they manufacture and sell to other people in other places. Kind of an industrial ballet, I suppose. What's nice about having a distributed system like that is you have a lot of options. Also, since all the stages of manufacture aren't located in just one area, they're protected against things like natural disaster and war. Aside from the issue of transporting products, the only real downside is that governments like to be greedy, petty, and punitive and impose tariffs or sanctions or restrictions on specific things. That said, I'm continually impressed with how much stuff is transported across the world, how people everywhere come together to harness and share their resources and skills with everyone else, how incredibly efficient that system is. But there are a lot of haters out there regarding global industry. Often it comes down to loss of jobs to other more productive countries, or say one's currency being transferred to said country rather than remaining within your borders. Well, so as for jobs, when one industry dies, a new one often appears in its wake. Humans are constantly innovating and creating, so the vacuum will be filled quickly. At some point, horseshoe and wagon wheel manufacturing was no longer an economically viable business, but then car repair and tire shops took their place. A global market also comes with hidden benefits. Sure, the company that made flashlights in your country might have gone out of business, but now you could buy technically superior flashlights from halfway across the globe for a fraction of the price. It's kind of a win-win. We save money here, and the new country who picked up the torch benefits economically. China is a perfect example of that.
China, 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 China.
So, speaking of economics, what about the argument that your country's wealth being exported causes harm? Well, an economy isn't a zero-sum system. Companies in other places who sell you their products don't just sit on the money you give them, they spend it. It's constantly circulated to buy more resources, build more factories, pay their employees, etc. Besides, even if they did sit on it, I don't see how that would be a bad thing, at least for anyone besides governments and banks. Taking a pile of currency out of circulation would have a deflationary effect, making the money you have worth more, not less. So, anyway, I think I've rambled on long enough about this subject. I guess the point I'm trying to make is that global industry and economic exchange is a good thing. And in my opinion, it's beautiful. Seeing people of all colors and creeds creating, building, and trading together voluntarily kind of brings a tear to my eye. Plus, it might make governments think twice about going to war. If your country depends on goods from another, how likely will you be to antagonize them and potentially destroy the very infrastructure that makes the things you depend on? Oh, wait, it's governments we're talking about here.